Hey friends, Dale here, Three Generations. Welcome. So good to have you join me today out here in the sheep barn. Well, it's becoming the sheep barn. I've been working on that the last couple of days, making lambing pens over here, and maybe I'll do a video on that also. So today is part 2 of the Finnsheep lamb rug and throws how to do it video. So yesterday I didn't really talk about acquiring lambskins. In my description I did, but let me just say how you might get your own lambskins if you don't have lambs like I do that you can source. There's different ways that I have seen on YouTube and read up, and one is get a relationship with a local butcher, somebody who is butchering sheep and lambs, and work out a deal with them. Maybe an apple pie would suffice, or maybe a few bucks would suffice to get some from someone like that. Or go directly to shepherds, people who have sheep. They probably have situations like I do where people come in, they butcher, kill on site, and they have these lambskins they don't really do anything with. So that'd be another way you could get your own lambskins. Fortunately for me, I can sell a lamb, and then I can harvest that pelt and I can make a rug or a throw from that. So anyhow, today I'll do a little bit more fleshing. Keith, my good friend Keith Moss from Sarasota, Florida, is running the camera for me today. Keith and I go way back. We used to work together at a mission agency, and we actually traveled Central America one time shooting photos and stills. So he's a media guy. He's an incredible designer, and he lives in Florida now, but he comes through to visit me a couple, 3 times a year. So today I will do some more fleshing of this. First of all, I'm going to cut. Yesterday I did not open. This is a casing, which means it's all intact in a round cylinder. Today I'm going to show you how I cut it open, and I go from the throat to the between the back legs is what I do, and open it up so that it's in the right orientation for a throw or a rug. So I'll do that. I'll do some more fleshing, show you a little bit on that again, and with Keith being here, he can get some of those nice close-ups that show the close-up detail. When I shoot my own stuff off the tripod, I just don't get those shots. I still get decent shots, it's just that I don't have that option of really close stuff. And then we'll see how this progresses here this morning. But I have another lambskin that I did some egg tanning on. This one won't be ready for egg tanning yet, but maybe if it's ready for another coat, I can do another coat of egg tanning of this other skin. So first thing today, we're going to take that skin casing. As you can see here, it's just a big cylinder, and I'm going to take from its throat down between its back legs, and I'm going to open that up so then it becomes a flat stock. And what I will do is I'll put this hunk of plywood in there, and I will cut this between, right down from, I'll use my utility knife and try to make one continuous cut so I don't have it jagged edges. I'll lose a little bit of wool on this, but hopefully not too much. I think the last time I did one of these, I used the scissors, but I can't find those scissors right now. So we're going to take right down the center here. Yep, that looks good. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that beautiful, beautiful skin. Wow. A little bit of salt, but that'll... So like I explained yesterday, I would typically wash this now with warmish water and Dawn dish detergent. But with our well level of water kind of low, I don't want to waste water, but I can continue working on this lambskin without that. I just have to, one of the things I have to do is make sure when I'm done working on it, I resalt the skin side really well, so like I said yesterday, it doesn't end up getting moldy, it doesn't end up rotting, and it will help keep fly maggots also from developing there. So next I will take this over to the fleshing post. It's just a fence post, about a 6-inch fence post that broke off. So it doesn't have a whole lot of value anyhow, but I can use it for fleshing. All right, we're going to take this fleece, this skin, and we're going to put it over here on the fleshing post, okay? For me to do some more fleshing, and I bring it down to there, and then since eventually I'll get a vest, like a leather apron that I'll hold the fleece with, but right now, for now, I'm going to use this. And you can see on the knife here, this is what can be considered the sharp end, and this is the blunt end. It's sharp this way, blunt that way. So I want the blunt end down as I pull off. The fat and any meat, muscle that's there yet. This is what I done yesterday. You can see how most of that fat and stuff is off of here. There's a little bit like there. But anyhow, back up here, I will continue to take some of this off. I just don't want to go too deep to where I go through the skin. I'll just continue to try to get much of this off. The salt I would have washed off from yesterday, but with our water situation, I'm going to leave that salt on there. Now some of this I'm just going to work at cutting it off, trying to even it up a little. Some of this up at the end I'll have to do from the other side, going the other direction, but anyhow. And you can see I turn it this way a little bit too, because if I go like this, I'll put the sharp edge into there. So, I keep it at a sharp angle against the dull part of that blade, the blunt part of the blade, to keep from, boy, that's looking nice there. And as I get better, I'll get really quick at this. I'll have a better feel for how this works. Right now I'm still getting a feel for it. Yeah, here's a nice big hunk coming off pretty easily. The salt for the overnight and to this morning, the salt has kind of dried up this meat, which I think is making it a little easier to get off than it would have been if it was still from yesterday, right after I skinned the thing. You can see that came off there pretty good. Let me get this a little bit here. Yeah, nice. Well, I think this is going to be a beautiful rug.
This was a little thicker here, so it's a little wetter and it's not coming off quite as nice as that last little bit. But so you can see this fat here is a lot wetter, so it's coming off. It's not quite as easy. It could have used a little more dry time here, but that's okay. We have time. And what I'll do is I'll resalt this, and that'll help dry up some of that fat. Yeah. Almost sounds like there's some brand new born piglets. We'll have to go over there and look in a little bit here, Keith.
I think some piglets came popping out, huh?
Well, I wonder. It sounds like newborn.
Infants, yeah.
The ones that we have, right now they're like 2 weeks old. They don't sound that small and young. Let me see if I can get that little bit off there. Yeah. There we go. That's pretty good. All right, let's see where else. So this is the end I done yesterday. So now I'm starting at the other end of this skin and working my way towards where I had flushed it yesterday. And where I flushed it yesterday is looking pretty good, I think. There I got it a little thin, but there's still some skin there. But the tanning, part of what the tanning does, the egg yolks mixed with some, in my case, olive oil and a little bit of warm water, what it does is it helps to make this leather soft, pliable. It feels good. And the other thing it does is it helps, what I understand, is it helps the wool to embed and stick into the skin, into the leather better. That's what I understand. We'll see. It's always something to learn. The motion here is more of a scraping rather than a cutting motion. You're just scraping that fat off of the skin. That's why you use the blunt side of the flesher. Whoops. Flushing of it. There's a little bit of work on it yet, but I'll do that after it pretty much dries up. I'll take a knife and kind of cut those little loose edges off. So now it's not quite ready for tanning. So, and I can't, it'll be a bit till I get to that. So what I do next is I salt this, the hide side good, so that it continues to not rot and not, get nasty on me. It'll dry it up some, and if I have to, I'll rehydrate it. Although I'll have to wash the wool side and the skin side off to wash later anyhow. So that'll help hydrate it if it does dry out a little bit too much. So I'm ready now to salt this up good. And I just take and distribute it on here, really a lot of salt. I buy this by the 50-pound bag, and I think it was like $7, 6 something, 7. So anyhow, I distribute the salt on here pretty thick, and then I take my hands, and you might want to use gloves or something, but I just make sure it gets moved to everywhere on this skin. All right, that looks good to me. All right, then what the idea is to fold it against itself, the skin against skin. So I fold it up like that, and then I kind of fold these little edges in, so that I'll be cutting off. And I just fold it on up, and we'll go one more like that, and then it comes over here into the tote with the other skin. Now this is the fleece, the skin that I had actually put tanning solution on. It looks like it needs more. This is that egg tan. And so now I'm ready to make my egg yolk a tanning solution. And I got a couple eggs here. I use the yolks of those eggs, and then I use some olive oil, or whatever this is. This is actually grapeseed oil. And then I got some warm water that I got out of the garden hose from the sun warming it up. So that's the way, that's what I'm doing. So anyhow, I'll start by separating the yolk. And I don't know if you can see this. Okay, I crack the egg first, and I bring it up here to separate out the yolk. And you just go back and forth between the shell. And there's one yolk. Put that in there with that, I guess is what I'm going to do. Crack the second egg. And I'm at the wrong angle for you to see what I'm doing. But just back and forth a couple times gets rid of the whites. And it's okay if a little bit of white goes in there. Alright, and then that goes into here. Okay? So there's that. Now, I take a little bit of some kind of oil. It could be olive oil in this case. This is what I had. There it goes. And I add a little bit of oil to it. There we go. That should be enough, I think. And then you could use a whisk. I don't happen to have one. I have one I use for mixing the lamb milk, but then I just mix that up real good. So it's really mixed in there really good. And that's pretty thick, so I'm going to take just a little bit of this warm water to add to it. That should be, we'll see. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to add just a little bit yet. There. All right. Then I'll take this and I'll put this tanning solution on. Now, you can see some of this egg yolk is still real wet and some of it's all dried up already, but I'm gonna hit it again. I may not have enough. I'm going to try to especially hit where it's dried up more. And all I'm trying to do is get all this skin lubricated. And then last time I didn't do this, but what I really need to do then is take and put a wet towel on this instead of folding it up on itself like I did. That was not the way you should have done it. But anyhow, that's what I did. I'm learning. I don't know if this towel is big enough. This towel is about shot. But anyhow. About the right size for this lamb. Just put this in the coat like that, I guess. Hey, thank you guys for watching today, and have a blessed day. This has been fun, I think. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and hopefully down the road this will be second nature to me as far as tanning these lamb skins, making them into rugs and throws. See ya, bye.